What up, fam? Okay, so we just literally got like a revelation about the movie Aladdin or whatever because we were watching a video where, again, the person in the video is revealing like the dark hidden messages within Disney movies or whatever. And so, it occurred to me that the genie in Aladdin or whatever is a demon, right? And with like how they had or how they rub the lamp or whatever, and the genie pops out. Well, with the lamp or whatever, they're mocking God as per usual in these ridiculous children movies. And so, anyways, that again, just they're mocking God with the lamp that Aladdin rubs or whatever it is, and has the genie, also known as a demon, pop out or whatever. So, one, just going over, or I'm sorry, watching the video where the lady was discussing how, the newer Disney movies as well are like pretty much all about witchcraft. So, it just occurred to me. So, oh, okay, this is why witchcraft is like so popular, and this is why witchcraft is being practiced on me. And also, the crazy thing is witchcraft has pretty much been practiced on all of the Americans, damn near the globe at this point. Because there are various forms of witchcraft. Like there are a whole bunch of things that are witchcraft that people have no idea are witchcraft. And I may have mentioned it in a previous video. I'm not really sure. But like, for instance, like, let's just discuss women, right? And how like they'll emotionally manipulate men or other women or whatever it is. That is a form of witchcraft. So like, I'll just be honest. One of like this one woman or whatever that I previously had a crush on, but I do not anymore because we have been delivered, and we do again understand being gay is a sin. Anyways, though, like and again, I'm not mad at this woman for it. I understand. I feel like this is like the way she was trying to like just quote unquote like emotionally manipulate me. It seems like lots of women just that's how they think, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to figure out the correct wording, but like for instance, like they'll downplay or whatever how they want you, if that makes sense. Like emotionally they'll downplay like how they have a crush on you too or whatever it is, and they won't just come flat out and say I have a crush on you or I want to fornicate with you or whatever it is. They'll downplay it, and again they'll just emotionally manipulate people or whatever when it comes to that sort of thing, because they think that it's like they lots of women seem to think that it makes you more attracted to them, if that makes hopefully that makes sense. That's like the best way I could possibly explain it or whatever. So and again, that's a form of witchcraft because it involves manipulation. So anything that involves manipulation is also witchcraft. So again, whether it's mental manipulation, emotional manipulation, some sort of like physical manipulation, sexual manipulation, all of those things are considered witchcraft. So, and again, there are a whole bunch of other things. I don't really have my notes right now. I don't know where my notes are, but it's just important to learn about the kingdom of darkness and its tactics so that it can be exposed or whatever. So yeah. I also, again, since I was talking about Aladdin and the whole demon thing, and especially with these child movies or whatever. So well, I think it's Coco with the little boy pretty much worshiping or whatever all of his like dead ancestors. that's all demonic. That's all about demons or whatever, right? So it's crazy to me because, and again, with the movie Aladdin, part of the revelation was how like they they are making little children want to conjure up, demons and shit. Now, obviously, the children don't know this. The idiot who makes these movies, though, knows that that's what their intentions are, or whatever. And so, also part of why there's so much demonic activity going on. So, it's just crazy to me because I mean they're little children, so they don't have any idea that they're in like a spiritual warfare. They don't know what spiritual warfare is. Half the adults that are supposed to be guiding these children also don't seem to know that they're also a part of a spiritual warfare, whether they want to be or not. So it's just, it's wild because, again, the witch and the demons that are possessing the witch are trying to possess me also. So again, like I'm aware that there are demons in my body that need to come out. I thank God that I'm aware of it. There are lots of people who are not aware of it. Like for instance, we just got done also watching this video with some man that the police arrested or whatever, and he switched identities, if that makes sense, like, and while he was sitting in the car or whatever, like it was pretty much obvious that there was literally a demon attempting to possess him and take over his body. And he even said the name of this demon or whatever it is. And again, for whatever reason, the cops think it's a mental health disorder or crisis or whatever it is. But then it's like, the crazy thing is he switched back to himself and his own name. So I was like, bro. And again, my thing was, again, the cops don't think this shit is real. And I'm like, first of all, to be it, like, to deal with something like that in person and literally just it never click in your mind that you literally just encountered a demon. And again, just the way that they were laughing and ha ha ha, and I'm like, it's not funny. And I forgot, but the cop said something to the man, and something about how he needed to, act as if he had some sense or whatever, because there were more cops or whatever than there were of him. And again, the man he laughed. And again, my thing was instantly I knew that was the demons laughing, like, not really, but, if you think so, you think so. So again, it's just crazy, crazy stuff. So hold on. Because yes, while we're on the subject of the devil or whatever, just lots of things are just coming up these days or whatever. So like last night or whatever, we were watching a sermon by Stephen Darby. Oh God, I'm trying to remember it. I believe it's called Judah, It's Almost Time to Go, right? So anyways, while he was doing that, just a whole bunch of things about, again, the devil or whatever just came to our recognition and whatnot. So, like, again, this thing with the demonic possession and the devil, and really what had came up was how people think slavery is over, but it's really not over. And so what came up was, again, people think slavery is over, but it's not over. Niggas is still in chains and whatnot. And because they quote unquote are paying people a little bit more these days, people think they're free. And so so it started with, well, okay, if we're free or whatever, how come we can't do whatever we want whenever we want if we're free? And so what came up was the devil has got people thinking they're free or whatever because they can go, and again, I know I need to quit smoking cigarettes, but again, the devil has us thinking we're free because we can go get cigarettes if we want to. The devil has us free because, the devil has got us thinking we're free because, if we want to call a hooker up tonight, we can. The devil has got us literally thinking that everything that literally is demonic and that leads to demonic possession is some form of freedom when it's not. So it's absolutely crazy. Just the wild, wild stuff that is going on. And also, prayers for anyone watching this video, for protection over anyone watching this video and anyone dealing with witchcraft or whatever. I have to be sort of better at sharing these revelations pretty much when I get them. However, at the time, it's a little challenging because, I don't know. I just rave and rant or whatever whenever the moment hits me, and I don't think, oh my God, let me grab my phone and record myself raving and ranting at the time. But yeah, so unfortunately, the witchcraft is, messing with us a little bit or whatever. But again, so in regards to the sermon or whatever that was entitled Judah, It's Almost Time to Go. Slavery had came up or whatever, and the tribe of Israel and Judah and stuff like that. And also colonization came up, right? And so again, the witch that I'm dealing with, she will force me to hear her satanic thoughts. And, again, this is supposedly she's with a white or a lunar guy or whatever. And essentially in her own mind, she's always thinking of how he's telling her that she doesn't know who she is. And so some of the sermon was about how the tribe of Israel and Judah don't know who they are because of the colonizer and stuff like this, right? So the subject of racism obviously came up, and again, what had occurred to me was the people who are dealing with racism or whatever, again, they do not seem to realize that they are demonically possessed. And so my question to any of these people dealing with the spirit of racism, what do you think it is that is possessing you to just hate somebody based on their skin color? If it's not a demon, what would it be? And again, it's just a question. And I like to use a crayon box for this analogy, but the white crayon is not fighting with the black crayon. The red crayon is not upset and trying to pick a fight with the orange crayon. So why are supposed white and black human beings fighting with each other over their skin tone or whatever? And it also had occurred to me that you could read the whole Bible front to back and you will never ever see God addressing the melanated people as black people or brown people, and you will never see in the Bible God addressing the lunar beings or the European beings as white. You don't even see them addressed as Europeans. So, those, especially the terms white and black, they were literally made up by the colonizer, aka Satan, for the purpose of division. And so, obviously, shout out to the people who know this already. And so, we're just hoping more people will learn stuff like this or whatever. And again, just so that the devil will be called out, so that the demons will be called out and exposed for how they are twisting people's brains around and, leading these souls into the pits of hell. And so, also, I feel like there's a narrative, I'm not sure, sort of kind of going around where, people are trying to push that hell isn't real, hell isn't real, hell isn't real. And I'm like, okay, well, where do you think the people who, again, were actively sacrificing children when they died, where do you think they went? Where do you think they're going? I mean, it's just a question, and I understand that neither I nor you have a heaven or hell to put anybody in, but where do you think that the current chomos go when they die? Do you know how much wickedness is going on in the world? So it's just where do you think God is going to put this unrepented wickedness at? Where do you think these demonic ass spirits came from? Especially with that, because, with the witchcrafters I'm dealing with, I have seen them open up demonic portals. First of all, in my mind, I have seen circle portals or whatever, and they'll be like the color like one of them is red or whatever, which indicates red witchcraft, and then they'll turn them like white or whatever, which indicates the white witchcraft, and then the black ones represent the black witchcraft that they're using. Anyways, like the portals that they'll open up though in my apartment, some of them are little like black circles, but for the most part they're all like, let's just say the shape of our cell phones, right? And then they're black or whatever. And so my question was, you know, what is the portal needed to, why do they need to open the demonic portal for the demon to come through if the demon was already here? So again, essentially what I'm saying is, even God has put these demons behind behind a wall or something or whatever. And again, just because they opened these portals up, it just made me realize that God definitely put these demons somewhere in the first place and literally separated them from us until, most of us all started participating in stuff that we should not have been participating in. And then for other people, it's literally that people are spiritually trespassing, and because that person is spiritually trespassing and demons are using that person is then opening up demonic portals into the lives of other people who really are not actively, especially knowingly, opening up demonic portals. So yeah. Anyway, those were just some of the things I wanted to discuss. Hopefully this video made sense. Prayers of love, peace, protection for all of Christ's children. And, go with Christ, stay in Christ, love as much as possible. And love includes accountability, and love also includes the truth. So yeah, just remember all that stuff. And peace, fam.